Ladies, gentlemen, and students of economic intrigue, today we are diving into a tome that unpacks the modern fiscal odyssey, The Alchemists, Three Central Bankers, and a World on Fire by Neil Irwin. A thrilling narrative detailing the actions of three economic wizards as they conjure monetary spells to battle the dark forces of a global financial meltdown. So fasten your seatbelts, for we are about to embark on a roller coaster ride through the world of high finance. 1. The Central Bankers as Modern Day Alchemists. The title isn't just for show. Ben Bernanke of the Federal Reserve, Jean-Claude Trichet of the European Central Bank, and Mervyn King of the Bank of England are depicted as the modern-day equivalent of those medieval scientists trying to turn base metals into gold. But instead of lead, they transmuted near-worthless paper into the lifeblood of economies. Like the alchemists of yore, they mixed elements, in this case, fiscal policies, in the crucible of the economy to fend off the dark magic of recession and depression. 2. Interconnected Global Economy, the Butterfly Effect on Steroids. The book paints a vivid picture of how financial tumult in one nation can send shockwaves throughout the planet. It's like a butterfly flapping its wings in Tokyo and triggering a hurricane in New York. This intricacy means a bailout in one country isn't just a local affair. It's a keystone in the arch of the global economy, which, if removed, could see the collapse of financial markets worldwide. 3. The secret life of central bankers. These aren't your garden variety bureaucrats. The Alchemists opens the vault to reveal the trials and trepidations of central bankers living lives that are anything but dull. They're portrayed as financial superheroes, cloaked in suits, whose Herculean labors ensure the world economy doesn't skid into the abyss. Think Batman with a Bloomberg terminal. 4. The crisis is the star, but the people are the story. While global financial unrest is the ominous backdrop, the narrative is driven by the central characters. These leaders, with differing philosophies and personalities, display raw humanity under pressure. As the economy teetered on the precipice, these titans of treasury aren't presented as cold, calculating machines, but as flawed humans grappling with decisions that could either save or doom millions. 5. The art of economic crisis management. Who knew central banking could be an art? Our illustrious bankers showed that managing an economy isn't just about crunching numbers, it's about intuition, timing, and grit. Reading this book is akin to watching tightrope walkers, except the safety net is woven from quantitative easing and bailouts. The balancing act involves not just technical knowledge, but also a deep understanding of political and public sentiment. 6. The central bankers gamble with unwritten history. Each of these central bankers faced an uncharted abyss, engaging in policies, like negative interest rates, that were theoretical musings until necessity breathed them to life. They were writing the economic playbook while the game was in play, all the while aware that one false move could lead to their actions being scrutinized and criticized for generations. 7. Technocrats in the spotlight. While technocrat has often been a term used for those operating behind the scenes, The Alchemists spotlights the remarkable shift where these economic nerds became household names. It's like watching the backstage crew of a Broadway show suddenly thrust onto center stage to perform. Their traditional anonymity was stripped away as they became the unexpected protagonists in the drama of their respective countries. 8. The human cost and the moral dilemmas. Central bankers typically dwell in the realm of abstract numbers, but the book doesn't let us forget the real human suffering behind the unemployment rates and bailouts. With narratives that explore the impact on everyday lives, it's a stark reminder that the lofty economic decisions have a very tangible echo in the heartbeats of the citizenry, the butcher, the baker, and yes, even the metaphorical candlestick maker. 9. To bail out or not to bail out, that was the question. One of the suspenseful threads woven through Irwin's narrative is the endless debate between saving financial institutions or letting them face the music of their risky undertakings, a fiscal Hamlet's dilemma. The decisions made not only affected the immediate economic landscape, but also set precedents for how future crises might be handled. 10. The unsung heroism of keeping the mundane mundane. Through the trials and turbulences recounted, we discover that the greatest triumph of these alchemists was keeping our world remarkably boring. In a strange twist, their heroism was manifested in preserving the everyday, the mundane, the ability for one to withdraw cash from an ATM or for a small business to acquire a loan during times when the economic norms were anything but normal. In conclusion, The Alchemists isn't solely a chronicle of financial strategies and policies. It's a narrative teeming with drama, heroism, and the sobering reality of our interconnected existence. It's a reminder that sometimes those tasked with the most critical roles in our society are the ones we least expect. Central bankers, wielding ledgers like swords, standing guard over the stability of the world's economies. So, as we look back on the Great Recession through Neil Irwin's lens, we can appreciate the extraordinary efforts that went into ensuring that most extraordinary crises ended up having an impact that, while profound, was not apocalyptic. Their actions, much like those of ancient alchemists searching for the philosopher's stone, were a blend of science, art, intuition, and perhaps a little bit of magic.